Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can somebody hear me now? Can somebody confirm that you can hear me?
I hear you. Mrs. Igbeyi can hear you.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. I can see your beautiful face.
Yes, can hear you.
We can hear you, sir.
Can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I hear you, sir.
Good evening, sir. I
Hear
can
you, sir.
I'm
Everyone,
hearing you.
Advance
Well
can hear
done.
you, sir. Yes, sir.
I can even see that
sir.
a baby can hear me. So, don't mute me, please. I'm on now. All right. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gideon Olubile. You can see me now. I'm on. We are happy to have you on board this session. I believe you have had a good day today, and you're going to have a better evening. And one of the things that Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management is built on is to ensure that we have a good rapport that can be effective by way of being effected on our daily assignments. And one of the things that today is meant for is to harness um, the resources we are going to lean on today to help take us to our next level. So one thing I know is that when we come together like this, we get to hear quite a number of interesting things that will enhance us and promote um, both the institute as well as our individual daily assignments. Okay, all right. Before we go on tonight, I want to especially appreciate the council for having this training to be on a time like this, especially um, being free, being free for everyone that have, as at today, that have settled their annual dues. So if you see yourself on this call, congratulations to you. It means you are qualified to be a part of this. And I'm sure you know that whatever we do, not because it's free, but because we know that whatever we do here in this institute, they are always very insightful, very grounded, and very robust. So I want to thank you for being a part of this. And I want to encourage us to tend to some of our colleagues that are members of this family that have not done the needful, to do the needful. Part of the benefit is what we're having tonight. Tomorrow is another day, but before we go on, I would like to appreciate the Secretariat. Thank you very much for putting up this. Thank you very much for making us have this beautiful evening. Thank you, National Coordinator, for being a part of this to make it also happen. And I want to appreciate every one of us for being here. I'm not going to take our time. Permits me to ask that can I have a volunteer to give us an open prayer tonight? Whatever we do, we should have an open prayer. Can I have somebody volunteer? Okay, Techno K15K. I can see you on cap and your finger up. Techno K15K. Unmute yourself and please speak. Unmute yourself, tell us your name, then you pray. Thank you. Unmute yourself, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Secretariat, help or mute techno K15K.
Son and Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, everything we do here will be to the glory of your name.
Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you,
Can you
sir.
hear
Please
me?
go on.
Please. Go ahead, please.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can
Hello?
hear
we can
you.
hear you, sir. Please
Yes,
go
we
on.
can hear you,
Thank
sir.
All right. Let's pray. In Jesus' name. Our Father, our
Amen.
God, we thank you. We bless your name. We thank you for all the.
Who is muting him again? Did you mute him now? Why did you mute him again?
Just don't worry, it will be coordinated. I think it's a system issue. Permit me to just take care of that so that we can look at it. Lady Jane, we can hear you. You come ahead. Go ahead, take up the prayer, please.
Can we pray? My Father in
Go
heaven,
ahead.
we give you all the
We can hear you. Go ahead. Lady Jane, we can hear you.
to the prayer. Maybe they are mute her.
Secretariat, please. Can you please work with me? But can you hear me, please? Can you all hear me?
I hear you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we
Okay.
can hear you.
I can hear you.
We can hear you, sir. Yes,
Let's
sir.
take time. Let's take this
I
on
can hear
ourselves.
you, sir.
Father, we thank you. Lord, we give you praise.
I can hear you, sir.
We adore you. We ask that tonight, you that have brought us together, you perfect this night session for us in Jesus' name. As we share,
Amen.
Amen.
we commit the
Amen.
facility
Amen.
to declare counsel
Amen.
that will get better in the name of Jesus. We pray,
Amen.
oh God,
Amen.
Father,
Amen.
Lord, there will be knowledge
Amen.
impartation, there will be
Is low.
ideas in the name of Jesus. Thank you,
Amen.
Spirit Father. And our friend that will join us, they will join us and still be benefactors or beneficiaries of what we do here tonight in Jesus' name. Thank you, Spirit
Amen.
Father.
Amen.
Amen.
In Jesus' mighty name we pray.
Amen.
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 Please don't mute me, please. Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody once again for us to be here tonight. Basically, there are zero things we are going to be looking at, and I'm sure we all understand the essence of what we are doing. I hope you can still hear me. I hope you can still hear me, please. Can you still hear me, please?
Yes.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Please, I need to, because of the sister, I need to be sure that we are being heard. Thank you. All right. I'm sure we all know that tonight we are starting a workshop, and by the grace of God, as a forward-looking organization, a body, and a family, we believe that this 2-day thing is going to be an addition to our operations. And one of the ways why we are doing this is because, like we know, we are professionals and we're expected to profess who we are. And by doing that, we believe that we need to be more strategic and improve on our operations per time. And one of the opportunities for that is what we are looking at from today till tomorrow. And we believe strongly that these 2 days are going to have a beautiful effect on our performances that will be visible to both you, the owners of the business, and the leadership in the various organizations where we serve. Without taking time, please, let's remain muted unless the facilitator asks you to unmute and speak. Please, let's be cautious of this. Remain muted and make sure that you don't unmute unless you are asked to speak. If you have anything to say or questions to ask while the facilitator is on, please post it on the chat. We'll see it, she will see it, then we'll look at it appropriately or at the appropriate time. Okay? And please, if your video is on, make sure that you don't get all distracted by moving around to some places, please. In case, in the course of this, you cannot hear us, please check your connection again. Check your connection, because if others are hearing and you are not hearing, that means something is wrong from your end. And by the grace of God, please note that at the end of this program, we are going to send you the recorded version. So don't bother to worry about trying to see how to record yourself. They're going to send it to you at the end of the workshop. On this note, I want to welcome again. I love welcoming this woman like anything. I told you before, some of you that have seen me physically do this, that even my wife at home loves this woman. She's a wonderful woman. She has not met my wife, but my wife loves her from this time. Please help me. Welcome again tonight for this workshop, day 1. Mrs. Ayade Igwe. Listen to me. She's not just a facilitator, she's a family member. She's a doctoral fellow of this institute. And please, when she says something, believe her. She is so equipped, she's so deep and very simple in the way she delivers. Once again, celebrate her for me. Madam, you're welcome, man. Thank you, floor.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. It's always a pleasure to get here to see everybody and for you to leave everything you're doing to join us here today. It's always a delight. Thank you for being part of the family. You know, some of us, most of us, if not all, have seen my face, whether in person or online. But because you have left your Friday to come and stay with us, please, we appreciate you. And we know we just finished a Salah celebration. Baraka de Salah to our people. Please, I hope we have kept our meat in the freezer or somewhere where our traditional people normally keep it at the back of the hot burner so that it will start turning to bushmeat when we collect from you. So you are welcome to this session. As rightly said, always put your thoughts or questions in the chat room. We will visit them as we move on so that it will be interactive. If we cannot, then you please just keep them somewhere. When the time is right, we'll be able to answer them. So welcome. I hope you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, just give me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up so that I will know we are all together. Give me a thumbs up or just say, yes, I can see your screen. Yes, thank you, thumbs up. Temi, Sandra, Oluwafemi Peters, Edwin, okay, Igbene Ogenetega. No, that's not really Faith, all of you. Thank you. Since I've seen so many people have seen my screen, let's keep it there so that we can go on and attend to other issues. So why are we here tonight? We are here to talk about Beyond HR, leveraging people's strategy for business impact. There are about 3 important words, or 4 in that place, or all of or that topic alone is even very interesting. Let me quickly break down the topic. What is Beyond HR? HR, all of us feel, oh, we are there to hire, fire, do one thing or the other. Whenever it comes to the welfare of the staff, HR, call HR. If somebody's, let's put the word loosely, external aggression into the organization, call HR. What is going on? Call HR. So, what do we need to do? HR, you can't split yourself into so many parts. So, you need people. In order to get people to do what you want, we need strategy. So what will those strategy and the people do for us in our organization, for the organization to move forward, for our organization to grow, and for our business to have impact within the environment where we operate and beyond? So HR to the rescue. So out of this, we now brought down a very salient topic from this Beyond HR. We just want to talk about leveraging people's strategy and all those things. We now want to say, how do people have been looking at HR as what we do mainly is administrative support, welfare, and all. So what do we want to do? We want to move from that outlook or that perspective of how people look at us into say we are strategic partners as well as having strategic impact. Okay, after HR, what else? So we want to see that we are also part of strategic partner to develop the to be part of the growth of the organization and have impact. So now let's move on. That is what we are going to do. I've been introduced earlier with that last slide where I shook the hand of the immediate past vice president of Nigeria. I throw the anointing to you. You will be greater. You will shake the hand of the president. If it is good enough to shake the hand of Donald Trump, you will get there. So don't underestimate yourself. You can do all things with God on our side, and you stepping up like what we are doing this night, being part of CIHRM. So let's quickly look at what do you want to discuss this evening, okay? And that is transforming HR from administrative support, not just support, to strategic impact, strategic partner of the organization. So let's unpack the agenda. What will this topic throw to us? What are we going to go away with? So we talk about overview of evolving role of HR, aligning HR strategy. Remember, we're talking of strategic impact. So we're going to look at strategy with align HR strategy with business goal. So that is part of the impact. Then we're going to talk about talent acquisition and development, the people part of that, our topic. Okay, then policy, compliance, and labor relations. How do we get our people to deliver? Okay, building a performance-driven culture. Without culture, the organization will just pass through. Like what my people always say, waka pass. Okay, fostering innovation and change management, the role of technology in HR. Nobody is going to run away from that because most people always say, HR is good. Sorry, AI is going to take our job, technology is going to take our job. But if you are up to it, technology will not take your job. You just use technology as an added advantage to make our job and the impact of HR felt in the organization. Then the future outlook. What does the future look like? Let's look at it and we'll be able to get there. And we'll conclude, after which we'll discuss if we have the time. So let's quickly look at HR, a strategic partner. Do you believe that you're a strategic partner and not just administrative support? We are not there just to support. We are also part of those that are making the policies that will be implemented by the workforce. So what is a strategic partner? How do we look at a strategic partner? Then this is it. Alignment with organizational goal. So understanding the big picture, okay, translating strategy into action. Because when you put strategy on paper and people are not there to assist, to the workforce is not there, it will just be a paper tiger, like what Wole Soyinka said, that a paper tiger that cannot roar. So we need to put those strategies into action and you will get there. So as a strategic partner, we constantly ask, how can we help the company to get to where it is now to where it wants to be? So that means there's a gap between where we are and what is expected. So that gap should be closed by HR. And it's not only HR, we need the workforce to get there. Also, we have to look at proactive problem solving, not problem solving that fire brigade approach. No, not the firefighting approach at all, at all. What do you want to see? Before the problem even stares us in the face, we are already looking at it. And how do we do that? We need to identify the trend, emerging trends in HR, emerging trends in the workplace, emerging trends that other organizations that are in the same business with us, how are they getting on that we are not there yet? Why are people talking about them and not about us? And we have invested so much. We need to identify those trends, then suggesting innovative solutions. Okay, not solutions going to look for problems. Okay, not solution going to look for problems. When the problem stares us in the face, we are already armed with the solution. Then strategic partners don't wait for crisis. They scan the horizon, they anticipate change and propose early solution. That is where we say we should be proactive. Okay, proactive, not reactive. So influencing decision making, because we are part of the decision makers in the boardroom. So we sit at the leadership table. Nobody wants to see the workforce go bad because they are the ones that will help us get there. That is where the people come in as part of our topic today. Sit at the leadership table, building credibility and offering valuable perspective and reliable data. We don't work just based on hearsay or whatever. That is why we work in sync with research and development of our organization in order to be there where others are, so that we stay a direction for the organization to move forward and grow. So let's move on. So what do we do? Breaking down silos, driving cross-functional collaboration. Each person has his own function within the organization. As HR has, that's where safety, health, safety, and environment, that's where accounting, engineering, and also. So what HR does is that we are like the potpourri. We are like the ones that we put everything there, that nobody should work in silos. Because when you work in silos, you'll not be able to carry others along. How do you manage the talent in the workplace? And we're going to talk about talent management later. Then having a holistic view of the business. Okay, not just your own. Let's look at how do we relate. If warehouse is not well equipped or stocked, then those on the production line will not get the job done. If account department or finance department is not doing what's supposed to do, then we have issues managing our money. So we need to have cross-functional collaboration. That is part of it. Then measuring and reporting impact. Okay, and that is where we work with the HR. I'm sorry, with R&D, research and development. They will tell us facts and figures so that there will be continuous improvement. Then they also foster a culture of innovation and resilience. That's even if COVID that is now 5 years old, COVID-19, the impact was felt in 2020. We're now 5 years after COVID, but the effect is still with us. Okay, the effect is still with us, and also that COVID is not fully gone. It's still part of us. Maybe it's not as bad as it was. So what do we need to do? The culture of an organization will determine how the people your talents will stay with you. You know, remember, we have 4 sets of workforce, 4 sets of generations in the workplace, and we need to know how to manage them, because some of these people, you don't want to stay in a place that you push file, be you. Okay, be you on so and so, bring up on the other. Okay, with effect from and all those type of old schools, that they don't want that. They just want to be on the go and move on. So innovation, we should not shy away from it. When they give us an idea, not that we take everything, look at hook, line, and sinker, but we need to be able to show it. So then championing values and culture. Culture will determine who we are and how we can manage our customers, no matter whether internal customers or external customers. We need to have value in whatever we do. So So we have not gone to introduction. What have I been saying? I'm just doing what we call building block of what we are expected to go away with from this presentation. So Nigeria is in a we are in a world, not only Nigeria, including HR and all of us, we're in a world where things evolve so rapidly that we don't even know, we can't even catch up. So you have to be on the move. You don't have to just sleep. Like people always say that people sleep on their rights. You don't have to sleep and let somebody come and do the work for us. Then that means whatever they give us is what we take. No, we have to be at the place where the food is being made. That is why we said we are going to be part of those on the leadership table. HR, that is where we are. So we need to be part of that group in the boardroom that will make strategic decision. So we need to say, where are we? Are we national? Are we under national? Are we organized private sector or we're in the public sector? Two, are we multinational in Nigeria or indigenous one or SMEs or whatever? That is why HR operates at different levels. OPS, okay, then the public, then multinational, SME, or MSME. Those who are even at the lower run of entrepreneurship activities. So we need to look at it. Where are we? Where do you find yourself? But wherever level, whatever level that you find ourselves in the run of activities, HR is always important. Okay, so HR leaders can contribute significantly to navigating the issues of aligning people, strategies with business objective. People are strategies with business objective. So we need to get our people together to drive the organization. So let's continue. We're in a rapidly evolving and disruptive workplace, world of work. Disruptive technology to talk about. So how disruptive? It's not destructive, disruptive. Like the way we used to do things, are now changing. That is disruption, not destruction. Okay, so look at it and say, what is that are creeping into the world of work that will affect us as HR and eventually affect the workforce and the organization. So by 2025, we're there. Start thinking. This is 2025. See what Ernest and Young said. Okay, they said this about 5 years ago. They said by 2025, technologies such as automation, is it what happening in your place? Robotics, is it there? And AI will displace 85 million jobs and create what? The good news, 97 million ones. 1/3 of all jobs will change radically. 1/3 of this will change radically. But the good news is that even if those who are afraid that AI will come and take their job, new ones are being created, and we will also lose those ones who are not ready to move. Then those who are ready to move will join the 97 million ones. So no matter where you are on the career ladder, it's important to continue learning and develop new skills. Because people will say, oh, our new graduates or those who have just passed out of the university, they don't have the skill. Let me see it in the next slide. Is it that they don't have the skill, or they don't? Let me not jump the gun. So it's only and it's the only way to survive new skills, develop, learn, continuous learning, only to survive in the 21st century. So what do we have? Learnability. My brother will always say that it's not certificate, but sabiticate. Do you sabi to do the job? Okay, learnability. Learn, use your hands, use your brain, the cognitive, the psychomotor, whatever it is that we can do to be able to get there as a child. Psychomotor, know how to navigate some of these things. Okay, so that which makes us to be what? Indispensable. People will say, oh, there's nobody that is indispensable, but when you want to leave, you will leave and they will keep begging you to come back. Like one of my friends, I told her, she said the employers were doing ziggy ziggy zaga like people always say. So she now said, she wants to leave. She wants to leave now. I said, if you leave now, they say, as they pain them, they sweet us. I said, don't go now. I said, wait, let them relax. Like some people always tell me that, madam, my employers are not appreciating. I said, don't be in a place that is toxic because it will affect your mental health. So I told her, my friend, I said, what you do, work with them for about 2 weeks. By 1st of July, drop your paper and they'll be the one to come and beg you because they will not be expecting it. And you leave them midstream, then that is when you become indispensable because your skill is very well sorted after. So what do we need to do? We need to do what? Develop new skills, upskilling, okay, and new skills to get. So the skills that we are going to get, there are more, but the 3 that we want to focus on: skills for learning, learnability, skills for life, that throughout life they will keep asking. And that is why in the US, we don't want to talk about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is another kettle of fish. Skills for life, that most people, even in their 70s, they are being sorted out and say, let the person not go. And even in the UK, you see that even old people are the ones that they are using, old in quote, from the 60s. They're not dealing with old people, they're dealing with renewed, they are renewed young people. That's what the elder statesmen call themselves. They are renewed. So that for a long time to come, they will always sought for your experience. Okay, then skills for work while you are still on the job. Some of us are still on the job, some of us are in our businesses, and we see what are those things that we need: skills for learning, skills for life, and skills for work. So these are the changing nature of what the workforce. So what do you need to do? You need to mind the gap. How do you take the organization from where they are to where they want to be? And that is awareness. You need to have the knowledge, you need to have the skills acquisition, and develop the competence to get there. So what's the essence of all this talk that we have been saying? So when we talk about skills gap, there's skills that we tend to focus on the disconnect between the skills that college graduates are bringing to the workplace, okay, when they come to the market, and the skills employers seek for in new hires. That is like demand and supply. Oh, you need these people, you get the graduates, and they come in to fill the gap. Is that what you're looking for? Is that skills gap? Let's see what skills gap. The skills gap will grow every year unless what they continue actively learning new skills and technology. So what is the real challenge? The challenge is not what about workers, what about those workers that are already in the workplace? What are they doing? What do we need them for? They are going to be the link between the old and the new. Okay, we are not going to throw them away, but you're going to do something within the system. That's how we be part of the impact. You get those who are already on the job, they have the experience, that they don't have something, train them, upskill them, and let them learn new skills. So the essence why HR professionals should avail themselves of contemporary issues in the workplace in order to remain relevant and current. Training and retraining, skilling and upskilling, then skills broadening as well. Let's quickly look at, maybe I have 1 or 2 questions. Okay, none yet. So that is part of what we are talking about. So we need to, as HR, to continue to be relevant and continue to be current in whatever we are doing. So that, my friend, I said your skills are needed. If they don't get to, you don't get to bend their hands to do some of the things you do for them, leave them midstream. And that is part of why you can, when you know you are a person of value, your employers will value you. So let's quickly look at what are those evolving new skills? What are those things that have evolved from the 20th century to the 21st century where we are? We have already done 25 years of the century. Okay, the century is I think they say 100. Yes, decade is 10. Yes, century is 100. Is it 1,000? Yeah, 21. What is 100 years is what? So anyway, we've done 25 years of the 21st century, 25 years of the 21st century. So what do we need to do? Look at it. let's say goodbye to the work, the jobs of 20th century, the jobs of 19 gigirigi, 19 Mungo Park. My friends will always say we're now in the era of technology. Somebody has sent me something. Let's see what that person is. So this is 100th century. Thank you very much. I can get that now. 100th century. At times when you are on the hot seat like this, you tend to forget. I know decade is 10. Okay, thank you. 100th century. So we have already taken the first quarter of the century. Before you know it, some of us will not be here by the time the century rolls by. So when we get to the end of the century, so for whatever it is, while we are here, using the first 25 years of, we cannot say we are just moving into the century. We have done 25 years. How has technology impacted on organization? So quickly look at on the left-hand side of our screen, okay, top-down hierarchy. In those days, it has to be the manager is saying this about attendance. Please talk. We will do that with our national. Okay. In those days, it will be a guy is talking from the top, and everything will trickle down. But nowadays, we talk bottom up. Bottom up. We believe that those who are down there at the bottom of the pyramid, at the bottom of the ladder, they have so much to do. They have so much to give the organization. So what do we need to do? Don't let them go. See them grow. Don't let your talent go. See them grow so that they can stay with you and be able, we know that, and be able to bring value to the organization. We know that our generation, those new generations, what do? Some of them don't stay long enough. 5 years, 10 years, they are out. Okay, 5 years, 10 years. Some of them are not even up to 10 years. 5 years, they say we are tired. So from bottom, before they go, get what the value they have before they get out, before they japa. So not like before, top to bottom. Competing for market share, silos function, everybody know what admin is doing. Don't let finance know what HR is doing. It doesn't let what personnel is doing. Don't let this person know. No, all of us work together for the good of the organization. Common good. Organization centric, command and control, hierarchy, work-life balance, and 30 years in one career. Whoosh, whoosh. 30 years in one career. Either 35 years in service or 60 years of age. Some people even try to have official age. By the time you have official age, when you want to jet out of the organization, you are not even useful to yourself anymore. I've seen some of my Gen Z's friends, because some of them call me Mama Gen Z. I've seen some of them, what do? They just say by 40, I should be retired. Those are the people operating in the 21st century. By 40, you should be retired. And what would you do for the rest of your life? They say, don't worry, I'll travel the world. So now let's look at the work of the 21st century. What do? Nipple organization, transparent communication. That's small bits and pieces. They create new markets. You don't have to go and look into the bigger market. That is why when Donald Trump gave the tariff and said that. Oh, let him be there and think that is the police of the world. We can stay on our own and impact and find our new market. And that is why Africa, we are lucky. Africa is like untapped resources. So all of them, Africa is now the beautiful bride. So they are looking for new markets. Project-based work, people-centric, not organization alone. We have to look at the people that will make the organization to grow. So we need to look at that. Then trust-based, network and relationship and collaboration, life work. Then 10 year plus in career. That by 40 they're out. Okay, 10 years plus. Some don't even stay 10 years. I've seen some people, I say you are well paid. They say, Mama, that's you. We are going out of here. And I tell them, Rolling Stone, gather no more. They say, at least I'm not in one place, I'm rolling. So let's look at what a century makes, the difference a century makes to our workforce, to the type of work that we have today. So in the 20th century workplace, look at it that we had on the left-hand side that time. and moving into the 21st century. What are the benefits in green? In 20th century, information overload and email, now organized knowledge. What does that mean? The little you want to do, you have are the things that you are using to boost your own career, to make the organization to be more productive, and to make the employees or the workforce to be more productive. We need that generalized knowledge to personalize, proactive nature. So personalize that. No, 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 no. Oh, don't give me to do so many things at the same time. This is my level, like what happens in the Montessori, for those of us that have children in primary school or grandchildren in primary school, give them bits, little portion, and they'll be able to get there, personalized and proactive. Before the thing happens, they are there. So half no learning and cost and time, not much. Work administration, workforce empowerment, unlock true potential, then complex workplace, lean and connected workplace. So they get more people to come in. They're more interested in getting how many people do we satisfy? And when we're able to satisfy those people, we'll get more money in our place. This integrated working, converged and simplify, deliver customer delight. So in the 20th century, they said there was low performance, and now there's transformation, and from transformation, we have super performance. So we need to look at it. So all of this in the 20th, in most cases, they say when the foundation is right, the house will stand right. Okay, so what do they do? How did we get here? What are we doing in the 21st century that we can always refer to in the recent past and say, yes, we are just developing or building on what we are, the foundation that has been laid before. So once upon a time in the early or mid 20th century, we used to hear something like management by objective. Towards the end of the 20th century or the last quarter, we started hearing something like fourth industrial revolution. What do we need to do? So when you now look at the fourth industrial revolution, what does it entail? What are those things that are now influencing the workforce that HR has to directly hold on to and be able to assist our workforce to get there so that they will not be lagging behind, and be focused. So that means as HR, we have to rethink, we have to rejig what we are doing and see what can I do. If not, when they say prepare the list of those that, because the organization wants to right size, they say HR, prepare the list of those that we are going to tell to go and rest at home, those who want to rest their cases and all. By the time you finish, they'll say submit to management. The HR's manager's name will be the first on the list when they paste it tomorrow. So what do you need to do? Bring value as HR. Bring value. So learn about the fourth industrial revolution. What does it entail? What are we taking out of the fourth industrial revolution into this AI world of AI and robotics? The world of AI that will assist, that we will not be afraid that AI is going to take our job. What do we do to be able to get there? Let me quickly see who is that. There is nothing. Okay, let's see. Is there anything? I discovered that some of our officers are unteachable in the civil service. They are not interested in learning new things, especially being computer literate. Now that the civil service is going digital, what is the way forward and retaining such officers on the job? So what? Okay, so what will happen is that I'll give you an example. When I was in service, in those days it was that secretary, they moved from manual to what's the name of this other one? I can't remember now. The electronic one, because if you see in those days we use Tipex to clean and type on it. When that one came electronic, I can't remember, there's one electronic, we type it, and on that thing you don't even clean it. It's the machine that will help you to erase. Okay, now we are now using computer. In my organization then, I was in the public service for a while. Before I joined public service, I was in the private sector a little. So for a while as well. So when they wanted to move, when I had the director general who said, this is the future that we are looking at. If you are not going to be part of that future, let us know, because we are sending all of you for training, for retraining on, actually the secretaries then, okay? They said we're sending you for retraining. If you know you are not going to learn, let us know, so that we can package you as part of those that are going for retirement. Some of them said, yes, they were not ready to learn. They hung their pencil and papers and everything for their children and grandchildren. They left and they were compensated, they left. But those who came into that future with us, they were trained, retrained. Today, nobody's talking about those manual typewriter anymore. Nobody's talking about those. I will remember the type of typewriter it was then. So what we need to do for that person that has the question that some of them are unteachable. You see, in training, in L&D, we don't believe that people are not unteachable. Okay, just look at the area of interest and you train them. When you now train them on their area of interest, that's why we should always have good counselors in the workplace, or mentors or coaches that will take them to where they want to be, and how we can harness their potential to get them to where they want to be. Maybe where they are not happy. Okay, some of them are looking at, oh, I want to be in account because they feel finance and account is where the money is. Some of them want to be driver because when Oga comes, they're driving Oga to wherever he's going. They sit in the car and sleep. When Oga comes, Kokoroko, stand up, we are going. That's what they want. Some of them will say they are laid back. They are not laid back. Maybe they don't like the job they're doing. Have we ever thought of it? I always say this. When I was in the civil service, they will say we are creating a career path. There are some policies in public service that we need to rework to get to attract this millennia, this Gen Zs, Gen X, the Alpha generation. We need to get them in so that they can revolutionize the place. So don't say they are unteachable. They are teachable, they are trainable, but we need to. Have you ever seen these people that are not sighted? Okay, and they do better batik than you and I, tie and die. So how can you say somebody is not teachable? You have not got the interest of that person. Have you seen some autistic children when they draw? Do you say they are not trainable, or they came with that skill from heaven? No. Reach out and you get them. So let's quickly take a look at the fourth industrial revolution. Extreme connectivity. The person has dropped a message from AK. I will stop taking messages shortly so that we can move. Extreme connectivity. Extreme connectivity. Somebody say use Tensi. Okay. IBM typewriter. Thank you very much, Nkechi. IBM. Yes. So what we're saying is that somebody says use Tensi. Can you explain Tensi to us in the chat room so that we can learn from that? I don't know what Tensi is. So let's look at that. So the fourth industrial revolution, you have to be connected. Internet of Things, nobody can doubt that. Now, if not, we'll not be here together talking. And since you are using internet, then automation and intelligence, that is artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, are reducing the need for repetitive human tasks. They are the ones that will do it for us. We need to manage that for accuracy, and efficiency. Cyber physical system, because in whatever we do, okay, there will always be, no matter the technology, there will always be the human factor. Even Bill Gates has acknowledged that there will always be that human factor at a point in time. If the whole process is automated, somebody somewhere will have programmed when the machine will start. Okay, some people did the programming of those machines. So we need to, even when you are using what did we call it, ChatGPT and any of those things, you just say, I'm still thinking, I'm trying to process the question, because it will just say, ask me anything. By the time you ask, it will just be doing, I'm still thinking, I'm processing. So at that point in time, the programs were loaded into that AI or that cyber system. So physical machine, people will always be there, unless those who want to run to Mars, as they told us, Elon Musk wants to run there with his 14 children. So emerging technology, blockchain, 3D printing, augmented and virtual reality, we need to look at that. Then quantum computing is what is just coming up. I learned about not that I learned, I read about it, but of course I don't know what it entails. But I know that quantum computing is the new area they are going to. So many things that there are too many for us to learn. But what we need to do is take those ones that will assist us to get there as HR and have business impact, also impact on our workforce. So fourth industrial revolution goes beyond traditional industrial automation. When you say fourth industrial revolution, it's just automation of our system. Is beyond that now. In those days, we thought it was just like that. Instead of having 20 people on the line, we have 5 people now who will press something and they watch it go down the line, and another person is out there doing something. It goes beyond that. So it uses what? Digital, physical, at times biological realm to get things done. Which one are we using? You know, there's so many people on this beat now that are in manufacturing. There's some that are in fintech. There's so many people. What brings us all of us is the issue of human resource. Whichever industry we find ourselves, wherever we are, we need to know. So the digital, the physical, as well as the biological, so that there'll be continuous learning, agility, something that is always on the go, always on the move, to say that for the betterment of our people as well as for the organization. Then inclusive innovation, inclusive, that you don't just we are not there yet, leave this one. Oh, the wind of change will blow the person out of it. So the global landscape will determine what we need to do. So fourth industrial revolution has fundamentally mentally altered how we work and how work is organized, how is delivered, how is managed. So HR has to move to be able to get this done. So we need to embrace digital solution. We need to focus on continuous upskilling, reskilling to be able to get them, to be able to build agile cultures that will move us into new markets and new conditions and technology. We need to also champion the well-being of our people, because nowadays people talk about mental health. Because if the people are not, their mental health is not in place, no matter how good you are, they just want to go. They say your organization is not the organization of choice. It's not the organization. It's toxic. The culture is toxic. And all of this are in the hands of HR. We need to balance our people's well-being. It's not only about what do you call it now? WLB, work-life balance. It's not only about work-life balance, it has gone beyond work-life balance. Employee well-being, okay, that is it. It has incorporated work-life balance into it. So we need to be able to be strategic partners in whatever we do as employers, as part of the management in the boardroom. So we remain competitive, so that we're able to remain competitive, resilient, and innovative throughout our career. So now we have looked at 20th century moving into the 21st century. We have looked at fourth industrial revolution, and we see what can we do to be able to. So what are those contemporary issues that are staring us in the eye from the first year of the 21st century to where we are today? What are we doing? So what are those things that are now contemporary to this 25th year or the first quarter of the century? First thing, hybrid and distributed workforce. The workforce is not like you have to be in the office. You have to be in the office 8:30 or 8 o'clock to 4 or 9 to 5, and we are there. So you clock in and you move out and out. No, hybrid. Some will say, come to the office once a month. I've seen that work before. Then others on this. So hybrid is two sides, and the workforce is all over the world, all over, and you get there, all over. And that is part of, we will look at the gig economy later, all over, on and off, and you get there. How many organizations are doing that? I know Lagos State was trying to do that, and they said junior workers should come, I think 3 times or twice a month. Oh, sorry, twice a week. Okay, then while the senior staff should come 4 times a week. So It's something that all of us will agree. Who are those that will come on Monday, Tuesday like that, and the job is being done? I know some people, some of my Gen Zs, Gen X, and millennial children, that they said they can never find themselves working in the office again. Their employers should just take the job and let them go. They will look for something else. I said, what do you want? They say, mommy, job will come. They will get. So that means they believe they have value. So the same thing with HR. Let's add value. Talent acquisition and retention in a competitive market. How do you get the best of the best to come in to your organization? What are those things that you need to offer as HR? Look out those organizations that are in the same business with us, or even if they're not in the same business, what can we borrow from them to be able to get the best of the best and let them stick so that they don't japa on our organization and move on. Upskilling and reskilling. Okay, some people have the skills, but they don't have some things. So we need to take them up there, preparing them for leadership. Remember, even if you don't like the Gen Zs, if you don't like the Gen X, or you don't like the millennial, I always tell people the office will outlive the worker. One day we will go, whether by 35 years in service, 60 years of age, or 70. Let the government even say you have to live by 70. Your body, nature is like that. By 6 p.m., look at our life like the clock. By 6 p.m., you are preparing to go for dinner. By 60, your body is getting ready to go and rest. Okay, it's okay. By 60, I'm retired, not retired. Okay, now, no wahala. Refire to retire or retire to refire, whatever it is. At a point in time, you want to stand for the next 1 hour. You say, can I have a chair? You want to do what you used to do. The answer man will become grandpa one day. So you need to upskilling, get them to be prepared to handle the organ out. The baby boomers are getting out of the organization, unless those who have official age, they're getting out. Then reskilling. Okay, they know what they have, but what do you need to? Because you want to make them to be able to take care of so many activities in there. Then diversity, equity, and inclusion, and social impact. Would you say thank God for Donald Trump? I said, those who say him, she, they have put them at one side. Also, in the UK, there was a landmark judgment that in Scotland, when they said that it is your biological sex that we use in identifying you in the workplace. If you like, you can turn to Bobrisky. When you get to law court, like what Bobrisky did, he said, are you a man or a woman? I say, I'm a man. But to us, Bobrisky is him, she. But there's a law, the law is still there, they are still fighting it. That is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Forget the LGBTQ plus. But for us, who are using our biological sex to wherever, the women want to be included in the scheme of things. They believe there should be equity. And when you talk about equity, that's discussion for another day. But diversity has always been part of human nature. So let's see how we can manage that in the workplace. Ethical issues of AI in HR. Okay, can we use AI to measure the performance of our people, employee well-being and mental well-being, agile performance management, gig economy. Gig economy is talking about those who are on contract, but Nigeria said for those who are going to manage doing contract, you need to do it according to the labor law in Nigeria. Okay, so let's look at some of these in geopolitical and economic uncertainties, the data security and privacy, and that is catching fire in Nigeria. Data security, privacy, and all those things. Some people are cleaning out if you mistakenly publish anything about them. If they will clear out. I know one woman that is suing the organization. The woman has been, because out of our shows, they use, once you are married, once you marry someone, you have the latitude of either bearing the person deceased or you still bear your father's name. See what is happening with the royal family. They still call the wife of Williams, Kate Middleton. It's not still her name. Meghan Markle. They didn't call her Mrs. of the Queen Charles. Even Camilla, because even she was married to Pakabo, so if not that now that they used call her Queen Camilla, they were calling her Camilla Pakabos. So what you're saying is that woman, let me give you this example. What she did, she was using parents' name, and she married when she got to the job. So somebody now published her that she's just living with the partner, white to white, that she's not married to the person, on their group office email. She saw it. She just gave it to her lawyer. She's cleaning out. Just that simple error. He said it's a private world. If she's Mrs. Somebody she wants to, but this is her name. They say she's not married. She cleaned out too. So we need to manage data and privacy. If not, they will sue you for privacy issues. So these are some of the things that we need to bring to our employees' knowledge, that don't publish what is not your own, or else you will use your head carry wahala. So we need to be able to manage that, and the lecture will be given to us later. Okay, thank you, sir. So we need to be able to manage this very well, and you will not be caught napping. Okay, you will not be caught napping. So let's quickly move on. HR, the world of work is on our shoulders, and if they believe that they are standing on the shoulder of giants, they will not be afraid. So use that very well. Watch out. Don't let them put your organization into problems. So align HR, putting all this to use as strategic business partner. Don't just be admin support. You're not. You're more than that. Okay? You are more than that. So my mom used to say when I was younger, well, no, not when I was younger, when I was young, because I'm still young. Okay. My mom used to say that if you price yourself 1 naira, they will price you 50 kobo. Okay. So what you do, add value to yourself and make HR something that you say, where is HR? We need HR to assist us to solve this problem. Okay. Come with value, then you'll be valuable. So putting all this together as business partners, strategic one, align HR strategy with business goal. Plan your workforce. Okay, workforce planning. In those days, we used to do that. Data-driven decision, not that let's manage. The people will tire out. Instead of you to have 10, you say little to do more. You may not get that more from those people. Use data very well. Talent acquisition and development. Be employer, that employer branding. What are you known for? Blue chip company, and you are there. Recruitment strategies. Use those strategies that will bring things to the table, that they will know that you brought the best of the best. Then learning, training, and development. You can't run away from it. I always say that HR is the vehicle that will bring people to the organization. L&D is the mechanic. If your vehicle breaks down, you need a mechanic to fix it and to move. Even if you have 10 at home, but that one that you are in has broken down. So what do you do? HR is the vehicle. L&D is the mechanic that will help you to fix it. No, we don't need L&D. You need L&D unless you want to be jack of all trades, HR and L&D together. But if you can manage it, it's up to you. But remember, we need to train those people. They need to learn, unlearn, and relearn to be able to get there. Okay, mentorship programs, okay, coaching programs, personalized career development, no career path that they will not identify with, leadership academies, and continuous learning program. Let me see if we have any questions or any opinion. We'll attend to that shortly. Okay, then let me quickly see. I have 15 in there. Let me quickly look at it. Okay, very interesting. Oh my God, thank you. Attendance, yes, yes. You will get what do you call this? The slides after now. Get the slides after now. Okay, somebody. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to see if there's anything that we need to attend to. My company conducts compulsory annual health check for all staff. Fantastic. And all results are sent to HR. Beautiful. HRC manager is insisting that the results be shared with her, but I refuse because it will be a breach of confidentiality to share private information without your permission. Yes, you are right. Just let them know. if it will be of value, if it will be of use to safety to HSC man, because they may put somebody in a place that the thing will be too much. The person's health may not be able to take it. Okay, and they put the person there. Then if anything happens, it goes to HSC to say the safety or the security manager did not put my health into consideration, health, safety, and environment. That the safety manager did not put my health into consideration. And why are we doing an annual check? Who sent me this? Let me see. That is Jane Tenite. Okay, then they will now say, why did they not give our information to the HSC? They will not have put me where there's hot furnace. I have I have high blood pressure. I have the. So what you do, let it be a company policy that you discuss it in the boardroom and tell them the essence of why you need to share. If you feel there's a need to share with HSC manager, because they can put somebody somewhere. I could be of this height, and you want me to do something that is high up there, and you did not provide the tools that I will need, and I start to at least do my job. 30 days make it pay. I'll stand up and do this time. In doing that, I jump up 3 times. The other days I was successful. Another day, accident happened. And is that what I went for annual medical? Why didn't you tell him that I cannot do it? I've jumped 3 times and I fell down. I had a fracture and all this. The company will pay. So let it be company policy that your private medical report will be shared with HSC. And it is believed that between HSC and HR, that thing should not be leaked. It will be traced to whoever leaked the information. It's personal, but it's still within the officialdom. So you can, but let it be a company policy, okay? And let all the managers and all the employees know what can be, that their information is being shared, okay? Is being shared. I quite understand the idea of continuity. I hope you got that, Janet or Jane. But I like the first way in the first working on people's interest and of course mental and millennials are okay. We have issues. That person has issue with millennial. Let me see with that. You say name Baba Bala Baba. No problems. In my organization, I act as the admin and HR, but when my boss brought in a friendship scene, a friendship scene as the accountant, he openly said the guy is only answerable to him. Okay, now, is it a private or public organization? Okay, I see the organization is not toxic. Okay, it's owner. So you see, as I always tell people that it's the owner of the money that knows how to spend it. If he wants the man to do this thing, please draw the job schedule and you know who at the end of it all you will put to be assigned other duties. So what your own is that you know where to draw the line, know your boundary. So please, if he wants to do that, please. What do you do with HR that doesn't reckon with HR in public sector? Everybody has his own job schedule. Do yours and leave the rest for those who will do whatever. You can only be answerable to what is given to you. So putting all of this together, policy, compliance, and labor relation, those HR, be aware of some of those things that can put us in bad light. Building a performance-driven culture. Culture is something that we need to understand very well, or else we will not be able to recognize and reward those who are doing well. Those people that our leadership pipeline will have issues if we don't have a good culture. Okay, and then fostering innovation and change management. Change is what we always get, and if we don't do that well, people will resist change. So look at it and get people into it. We may not score 100%, but give yourself a pass mark of which we score this, then we are good enough. Then the role of technology in HR, we mentioned that's information system, analytics, AI, then remote work management. How do you manage those who are at work? Like we are here now. Some people just put on their picture, not video now, their system, and they're there somewhere doing something else. Oh, that woman is still talking. Okay, when she finishes, I will know. So these are some of the things that for those who are advocating against remote work that they don't do half of the time they're doing attending to their family matter. Are they delivering? That's the question. Some will come to work. When I was in service, I had a staff. he had his computer in front of him. And with that time, we're all using our laptops and everything. He'll be on FaceTime and what do they call this on Facebook and whatever. Because I used to do management by wandering. So anytime I come, he just minimize and put up what he knows that I will say because Mr. So, what are you up to? Say, I'm working on that thing. I said, but you minimize something. I said, bring it up. Facebook. I said, Abba, waiting. And they are paying you. Say, we are tired and whatever. Most times he's in the office. And that is what we call presenteeism. It would have been better if the person is absent. You call in sick and whatever. It's better than to say presenteeism as opposed to absenteeism. Present, but what is he doing? Okay, so we need to look at that. Some people will say remote working is good because they know that the little time that they have for the office, they put in their best. Managing expatriate and international talent for those who are using expatriates within their system, then future look of HR in Nigeria. We need to be strategic workforce planning in emerging sectors, okay? Because new things are coming up. HR, are we up to it? The fintech, the whatever, a content creator, all of that, and you need to manage these people. Upskilling and reskilling for digital transformation, creating sustainable and work environment, R&D. We need to manage that. So managing talents and talent development and succession planning. Without succession planning, it will not be successful. People will just come and work pass in our organization. So organizations need to invest in talent acquisition, development, and because they are the ones that will take over succession planning in the workforce. If not, there'll be no future. To ensure sustainable pipeline of skilled leaders. Pipeline, where do we have issues? Each of these clogs can we remove to be able to get that? So HR professionals should design programs targeted at high potential employees, even if they are low potential. We need to develop them. Leadership development and mentorship opportunities. How do you cope with you? No, I've seen this before. Okay, thank you. So we need to be able to manage the mentorship program because mentorship is very important in the organization. Because one thing about mentoring and coaching, they are quite different. I think we have a topic like that in one of our workshops. So you see, mentor and coach, they are two different things. So as HR, what do we want to invest in? As mentors and coaches and counselors, that is what we should do. So this diagram on the right hand side, you see, as HR, attract talent, develop them. But the red flag is how do we retain them? The only way to retain them, the Gen Z, then X, Alpha generation are what? Recognize them that they are good. Give it to them by encouraging them. Then reward them that you are a person of value. And they will see, oh, even if their friends are moving after 2 years, they will still give you opportunity to stay longer with you. So what do we need to do? After the post-COVID, COVID has existed with us, it has been watered down, has existed with us in the last 5 years. COVID-19, the effect of the 19 came up in 2020. So HR in post-COVID pandemic, the key to success. Nobody should be talking now, COVID did this to us, COVID did that to us. No. We've gone beyond that. But we know that COVID is still here. But we will not dwell on it as the thing that is limiting us from performing. No, it's not. So let's look at it. So what are those things that we need to? We need to talk about skills. We need to talk about emotional intelligence and emotional management. Agile mindset that is not sleeping. Mindset that is not sleeping. Because if you leave your mindset to be sleeping, and that is why one of those philosophers said at 90, at 90, he was still learning. Okay, I said Angora Umpara, and a man that is not ready to learn is a man that is ready to die, because the more you learn, the more you agile you are. That's why they told some of us that are grandpas on the beat, You know, they tell us that when you relate with your grandchildren, you feel youthful again. You feel your energy, okay, come up. So let your mind be that will continually yearn for knowledge, and you see that you will not run out of steam. Customer-centric approach. Let your customer determine what you do. There's no way you'll be producing something that nobody wants to buy. That is the way HR is. If you don't hit them well, they will not deliver. Digitally enabled, let them, all of them. If anybody can be using a phone, an Android phone, iPhone, even if it is Techno, they are all mini computers. So how can someone say, oh, I don't know how to use computer? I do, but you are doing TikTok, but they are doing this. So don't listen to them when they say they are not digital. Everybody should be digital. They are using the phone. They are using them to be able to do whatever activities they want to do. But we need to manage them well and get them. So it is okay. How can you assume your boss ask a relevant question? What do you mean by a relevant question? The question is relevant to him now. How can you say irrelevant? It's relevant to him because he wants to get information. When you ask questions, you should not be Nigerian that when you ask them questions, they use question to answer you. If your boss asks you a question, as we always say in our training session, my brother Gideon will tell us that I always say that all answers are correct. No nonsense question, no nonsense answer. Remove the none and take the sense out of the nonsense. So how can you say your boss is asking a relevant question? Is it relevant to the situation within the context, or if he asks you any question, he wants information? Please give it to him, unless you want to. You have something like what the native people always say, that what the elder uses in eating agidi is under the leaf. Is there anything you're hiding? No. So please, handle officers who are more interested in the digital, that is normal now. How can we define it? You are the one defining his question. Exactly. Kayode, thank you. You are the one defining his questions as irrelevant. Thank you, Olukayode. Thank you. We're on the same boat. So what are those things that are in the 21st century? Skills to do more, skills to do come out of what? Let me see that the time is. The skills to do come of doing. Knowledge comes by eyes always open and working hands. There is no knowledge that is not power. Top management must buy in whatever we are doing. Link all HR efforts to needs and strategic objective of the business. How can we be a person of impact if you are not impacting on the workforce, if you are not training them, if you're not making them to learn more than what they have? Some people say, I won't train them because when I train them, they go away. And you are releasing them into the open market for the benefit of the nation, but they will never forget your business. Link all HR efforts to needs and strategic objectives of the business. That is why Michelangelo said, at 90 years, he said, Angora Umpara. Still, I learn. At 80, so we need to lead through change, embrace diversity, leading inclusively, and leading virtually. Okay, we will not be here if not for technology. Before we end, remember the following. What you call the takeaway? Let me take one or two questions. We soon end. Yeah, okay. Someone has said that. Thank you. More power. Okay, thank you. Attendance lists, yes. Okay. What is the most effective HR matrices for measuring employee engagement and whatever? We cannot tell you anything specifically about the best. It's up to you to pick the one that you can use within the context of what you are using it for. Because when you do that, it may not be applicable for another context that you need it for. So it's up to you. Go online. There's so many. Some you pay for. Some will give you a tip and you'll be able to get them. So we cannot say this particular matrix. The only thing you can get is that we'll give you a tip of it that will tantalize you, and you now go and look for those ones that are applicable for you to use. Okay. Thank you. So there are no questions about from that matrix. So what are the takeaway? HR strategy must be in sync with the objective so that you'll be able to get highly skilled agile workforce, data-driven insights, technology that will automate our routine tasks. You know why people in the civil service are tired? Because you push file, I push file. Somebody will say BU, 25th December 2025. What's 25th December? That's Christmas Day now. That because they are just tired. I say, okay, file away. Okay, with effect from something, all those acronyms that we used to use in those days. People don't use that anymore. You send the mail out and the person should reply within the hour. So it's very important. Let's use technology to automate those routine talk so that it will be interesting for this generation that we are passing the M of affairs or the baton of work to in wherever they are. Foster inclusive culture and tap into Nigeria's diverse workforce for better innovation and productivity. That's the problem we have the public sector, because some people, they are set in their ways. They don't want to change. They will say that's not how it was done. So it will need to be able to manage it, okay, so that you'll be able to learn, make them to stay on the job. There was a time the federal government said they were going to start engaging those with first class 2-1. I said those ones, they belong to the academic world. So if we are going to get 2-1 or first class into the public sector, we need to make it interesting. These are people that their head is hot. So we need to be able to get them to know that yes, we want them in the place. HR in my company isn't proactive, and she has worked for 15 years in that organization without going for training and development. Knowledge is obsolete. Fantastic, yes, but yet she believes she's the best. How do we handle that? When you get to boardroom, mention it. That don't make it personal. That we need to be up and doing. We need to learn from others. The world has changed. Let all of us go for training. Even if she doesn't want to go for training, let there be a retreat that somebody from outside will come and talk to everybody and show them the essence of people going for training and upskilling whatever they know and reskilling what they have known before. So it's very important. Don't make it personal. If you make it personal, say it concern you, at least my salary is running. Okay. Looking at the diversity equity in most organizations, how do we balance MNSC policy? What does that mean? MNSC policy with the home country and in terms of LGBTQ plus. MNSC, I don't know, but the LGBT in terms of if you are working with a multinational and the organization believe in LGBTQ plus, then they need to know how you manage them. We have a lot of presenteeism, of course, yes. Okay, madam, we need the soft stuff. You get that on coaching and mentoring. No, when we want to do that, I think I don't know whether it's in the workshop that induction we had in somebody said April. Okay, then let's move on. Okay. Officer sent to training should submit exactly. Okay, that's where we don't get it right. They should download what they have learned to other people. So then they should also where we have knowledge management bits. Okay, where what they came back with will there be a repository of knowledge in that place? Then they come, they download when it is fresh, they download to others and tell them this is what we learned. Then one thing that we should have is that HR and management, whatever we send them to do and it's hot in their head, how well are we going to make them to take them into action? That's the problem. It's not only sending people for training, but they need to be able to manage. How do HR change the mindset of managers who are still in 20th century? The wind of change, we leave them behind. Okay, we leave them behind. So it's important to continue upskilling. Yes. Thank you. So let's quickly move on and keep your question till we finish now. Then we need to continually update policies and training programs. I mentioned that policies will always make organization to be there and see what we can do to get there to reflect shifts in labor market regulation and technology. Those who refuse to change, we change them. Okay. In summary, Nigeria's dynamic business environment, HR evolution is from a purely administrative function to a strategic partner is accelerating. If you say you are administrative, one day, when they compile the list of those they want to not send away now, they want to relieve of their duties, HR will compile the list When they want to drop the list, his name will be the one on top. What did I do? What did I do? Because you are not moving. Okay, so we need to move from administrative function, the regular bits. Do something extraordinary. Don't be the ordinary, be the extraordinary by shaping organizational culture, ensuring, one thing that we can do for those who are still have the mindset, those who are set in their ways in the 21st century, is to be able to look at it and do a retreat. Just shake the organization one day, not one day. Tell management you want to change. You want change management in this organization, not just change for change's sake, but change for something that you just hit it. I gave you the example of my organization. That was the beginning of change in that organization. Say, those who are not going to move into the future with us, tell us so that we put you aside. Those that are going to move from manual, move from IBM into computer, let us know. And they trained them and they became useful member of the system. So we need to look at it. We need to drive innovation, be indispensable in whatever we are doing. As Nigeria's economy diversifies and globalizes, companies that leverage HR as a strategic force rather than support function stand the best chance of thriving in both local and international market. That is not only the case. You, as HR, must step up, or you are not there. So, not the final word. So, what is the final word? Sorry, what is not the final word? What do we need to do? Be a strategic partner. So, not the final word. What is the final word? The final word is hidden here, and that is CANEI, continual and never ending improvement. That is the acronym for that, continuous and never ending improvement. So to be strategic partners, to have is to be a strategic partner is to, I'm trying to say, to be a strategic partner is to have a seat at the table where major decisions are made to influence and drive business trajectory, to measure and communicate to your people so that the results of your initiative and whatever will add value to the organization. There are some words that have been recurring in what we are saying: value, skills, people, strategy. These are some of the important words from the first slide to now. These are the words that we need. So we need to do that. Those who will influence and drive the organization are people. Those who will measure and communicate are the people. Those who will sit at the table are people, but HR in particular, by aligning functional strategies with overall business objective and essentially become architects of a sustainable growth and improvement. You should be there. How do we put this? What should stay here? Who should be here? And when you're talking of strategy, I always mention use the 6W and H. That's my simple way of, I'm not a strategist, but for me to be able to get things moving, I use the 6Ws and the H. So quickly type for me, what are the 6Ws? It won't take us time. 6Ws and H, we have 5 minutes to go. So it's good to involve ownership. It involves taking ownership, collaborating across function, and proactively shaping the future of the organization, or just not necessarily respond to requests on directive. I'm directed. Who directs you? You need to be able to show that you are there proactively. So we need to manage that. And for us to get there, those of us that are on this bit in the public sector or in the private sector, let's manage it well. So what do we do? So how green are you to be able to change the system in wherever you find yourself? First of all, you need to grow at least 3 ways of professional scope that you have grown, that has grown within the past year. List them. 2, you have to reinvent. How do I reinvent? Describe the ideal learning professional needed for current demands. How do you measure up? Okay, the 6Ws are coming into play now. Name one industry topic you have explored within the last 1 year. What did you discover? Are they better than you? What action did you take to move your organization forward? Not administrative support. 4, educate. How do you educate? By telling them we need to move forward. Talking about the current situation where we are and where we should be. How is your current knowledge ensuring you are relevant in this field? What can you do to improve HR? What are the next steps? that will take us to where we should be. Based on your responses, what are your next steps? Training and retraining, skilling and reskilling, upskilling and reskilling, skills broadening, mentoring and coaching the people. By when and who will do that? What is the accountability or measurement? That's why I said, let me see, we should talk about the 6W and H. Let me see how many of us got the 6W and H. Okay, 6W and H. 6W, where are they? Okay, regarded as a cost center. Somebody say, generally speaking, HR is regarded as cost center. Yes, now, because when you don't bring things to this thing, to the table, you have to look beyond that administrative services. That's why this thing is what we are talking about. Okay. How is HR? How will HR handle? I said we should mention 6W. Nobody has answered that. You are giving me a question. How will HR handle a situation when a employee was sent a termination letter just the day after she resumed work? Not because she was incompetent, but because the employee stated prior to her resumption that she has a divorce case in court that required to be off work for 1 or 2 days. But instead of the board director went ahead and decided to lay off the employee when it was confirmed. If you have in-house union and she has a good lawyer, whether she's in court divorcing or remarrying or whatever, it's not the business. Once she can show the evidence that she's delivering what they want her to deliver, whether she's divorcing or remarrying or doing whatever within the confine of this. That has nothing to do with the organizing. How to follow. Please ensure you follow the relevant labor or contract employment and handbook, whatever decision to be taken. It may be messy if the work environment is unionized. No, if they know how to manage the union. In my before I retired, I was called Mama Aduta, and I know that's not discussion for today. And for whatever it was then, we managed it well. And whatever the organization is or the workforce is enjoying today, we laid the foundation and they were building on it and improving on it. So they need to know. Yes, if the union knows what it's doing, it could not be messy. What I always tell people is that they are for check and balances, and they know. They know we need the union. So that's Mama Luther talking. CAE, continuous and ever learning improvement. Fantastic. He's giving me another word for that. So why? Let me see the W. Who, when, what, where, how, why, which, uncle. You didn't put which. Okay, which is also there. Okay, what, which, how? Yes, you are right. Okay, how would HR would investigate termination, reviewing company, We will not be able to answer all the questions, but let's move on because it's about 10 o'clock now. So what are the next steps that you should take in order to get there? Continuous and never-ending improvement. So get ready to embrace the birth of a new future. The future belongs to a very different kind of person, the new generation, with a different type of mindset. Drivers of a new dawn. See, to get up there, the top of this staircase is through skills. So success beyond the classroom requires that organization engage and inspire learners to continue their journey towards higher levels of performance on the job. Social technologies are becoming more robust and good practices for using them effectively. I also imagine the use of gamification and other things for those who are into training. Don't just make it uninteresting. Given the demographic shift in the workforce, the trend towards technology-driven and mobile learning is unstoppable unless you want to be taken away by whatever, by the breeze of change. So finally, reinventing oneself requires focusing on what is around you and learning to capture the essence of an observation so that it can be transferred to a new set of skills. Skills. So it shows that there are better ways and we can show them by example. So it is time for a new generation of leadership to cope with new problems and new opportunity. But there is a new world to be captured out there. If you don't, then you'll not be able to manage your people well. So it's important that as HR, let us be there for them. So what do? Well, you are still talking about who, when, and what, and which. It's okay. Thank you so much for that. I know that you'll be able to get that. So, what we want now is that let's take those questions. I want to, that's where we stop. Listen, that we need to be able to manage our people and get there easily. So, let's quickly take a few questions. We have 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes after 10. Though we didn't start in time, but at least we've been able to run through and see what we can do. Okay, still the okay. So thank you for this, because we don't want to. Some of us have bed tomorrow morning, and we need to be there to represent. So I'm trying to see whether there are questions. Yeah. Somebody is giving us an advice. I said the Google Workplace is one place you can learn a lot. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Juliet. Okay. Okay. The person that wrote us MNC has not given us what MNC is. So thank you very much. And over to our brother Gideon. Okay. Brother Gideon, are you there or you are asleep?
Very much, very much, very much, very much. Can you
Thank
hear
you.
me, man?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much, and let's move on. Thank you. We hope you join tomorrow, and we'll be there together for one another. Okay,
All
then.
right, thank you very much, man. Applause to madam for tonight again. Thank you very much. As always, you have never disappointed in your delivery. We have always enjoyed every bit of your delivery to the extent that everyone would say that, yes, we've learned something new. And before we close tonight, if you don't mind, the attendance have been paid. Kindly open it, click on it, and fill appropriately. The attendance have been set there. Just click on it, open it, fill appropriately, and return there. Please, once again, yes, I can thank you. Let me put applause, applause. Let me see your claps for Madam Online. Let's put claps there for her. That was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have done day one. Please go and chew over this for today, while tomorrow we'll come back and wrap it up. But before we say tomorrow, being the second day, I want to play with you. If you're a part of this call, like I said earlier, is because you have made good your due for the year. And that's why you are part of this. This is never free. It has come on the platform of being somebody that have done due diligence in the area of your payment. This is not just so I want to play with you, your friends, your colleagues that are supposed to be here that are not here. We were about 3 and something on this call for today. We expect that we get more tomorrow. And I want to believe that you enjoyed every bit of tonight's delivery. And if the one is like this, I can tell you that the two will be awesome also tomorrow. All right. Once again, I want to appreciate everyone. I want to appreciate the council. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I want to appreciate also the national coordinator, Lady Chelsea. Thank you very much. Thank you. I want to also appreciate the secretariat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We had it clear, sound, everything was cool. Thank you very much. And our dear facilitator, Dr. Ayade, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much once again. You are always coming fresh and on point. Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
sir.
for everyone that partook tonight, I want to appreciate you for your time. Somebody posted something earlier on the chat room that his battery was low, that he wanted to go, that we join tomorrow. I don't expect that from, if you have paid 100,000, will you just allow the man to go? No, we expect that everybody that attended should have attended to the end. Yes, we are going to send the material to you, but is that why your guidance should not be charged? I expect that, please, everyone should be able to be on this call to listen to everything. When you hear firsthand, you can process it better because you have it firsthand. When you get the material to decipher what those things mean becomes easier because you heard it directly from the horse's mouth. Then also you have the material. I want to plead with us, please. This is like I said earlier. It is not actually free. No, it's not actually free. It's just that it came on the platform of you have paid this year, have come on board. All right. On this note, thank you once again, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I want to say, God bless you really good. Have a pleasant evening. Have a wonderful rest. We'll meet tomorrow again, 8:30. Au revoir.
Au
Thank you. God
revoir.
bless you really good.
Yeah, thank you.